Okay, so it's not Sunday, but tomorrow's Easter, so we're gonna do it tonight. So I was just asking Dan, because I've been struggling with, I'll get these thoughts during the day, like things will be good. We went on a hike today, the day was good. And then I'll have just these thoughts of, like, things are never gonna go back to normal. Like, when is this going to end? And it takes the time that I'm in, and it doesn't make it as enjoyable because I'm anxious about everything going on with this virus for a lot of reasons. I know that we're okay and we still have jobs, thankfully, and we're doing well, but there's still just a lot of anxiety that comes with it. So Dan just taught me something that was super helpful. So he said, when you're having thoughts, and especially anxious thoughts, what do you do?
And again, like, obviously you call your mental health professional and you go to therapy, but there's a couple of ideas, and these are, going to be a little bit basic to begin with. But as we were kind of sitting here in the moment, Michelle was saying, like, look, that overwhelming feeling, right, of things will never return to normal. Like, there's a fear and just overwhelming, almost, sometimes we look at it even as almost like an obsessive thought. There's no way to prove it wrong. There's also no way to prove it right. Like, it's just going to sit there. And so there's no way to, like, get rid of it. So the term we like to use is more like a fancy term is cognitive diffusion. Very simply put, we're trying to take it out from right in front of your face of, this is the biggest thing in the world. I can never get away from this. And we're trying to move it much further away, other side of the room, to take it where it's not staring me in the face. I can still do the things that I need to do today. So super rough, right? So if we're walking through and saying that life is never going to be normal, then we go to saying that 4 or 5 times. That's the thought. Then you're going to add in,
Here, you hold this for a second.
I'm thinking that life is never going to be normal. And you'd say that 5 times. So it takes it from there to there, right? Then you add on the beginning of that I'm noticing that I'm thinking that life is never going to be normal. So all put together, you're noticing and you're aware of, this is something that's happening in my life right now. I have this right in front of my face. That it's a fear and a thought that leads to an emotion, of course, but it just sits right there. It makes it hard to do anything else in life. So you'd go through it. Life is never going to be normal again. Say that 5 times. Then you'd say, I'm thinking that life is never going to be normal again. And I know it's so simple. You just added those 2 words, but it already takes it from a reality, something that is so true, to, oh wait, it's a thought. Like, this is a thought that I'm having. And then you take it to, I'm noticing that I'm thinking. And now instead of being something that's, an absolute truth, it's, a thought that I noticed at the back of my mind. It makes it okay to kind of do the next sort of thing. So I know that's pretty rough, but it's a little bit of a piece. It may be something that helps you in this moment to go, let me take you from this just intense fear to something that I can kind of notice that thought in the back of my mind, and I can move on with the rest of life. It's also from us after we just went on a hike today, and we're not fancy and dressed up like we usually are on Sundays. But it was something that we noticed a lot, and we thought, okay, let's kind of throw this together and make it a little shorter than the other ones, because let's face it, who's got time with kids and family and life going on in Easter? Who's got time to watch a long video? So
I think it's super helpful, and I think it's helpful when I'm already an anxious person, so you put me in an anxiety situation and that anxiety goes up. And some of that anxiety is for good reason. We've lost a child, and we have a child who gets really susceptible to pneumonia, and when he gets sick, all of our other kids get sick, and it's like, 101 fever. He gets sick and he goes to 105. So that makes me anxious. But I appreciated this because it's something that I can do. I can tell myself, I can say those things and kind of calm the situation down and go back to enjoying this time as a family. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go make s'mores out in the fire.
So I hope you guys have some good activities for yourselves, and we'll see you again next week.